so picture this. You're at a giant Nigerian market, right? There's everything you could imagine. People buying and selling, tons of energy, deals being made left and right.
Sounds lively.
Oh, it is. But to keep things running smoothly in a market that big, you need some rules, some structure.
Definitely. Some organization.
Exactly. And that's where the agencies we're diving into today come in.
Right on.
They're like the referees, making sure the Nigerian financial system stays fair, stable, and yeah, maybe a little bit exciting too.
Absolutely. And if you're taking that comparative banking class, FIN 315, this deep dive is going to be super helpful. We're focusing on Nigeria's financial system, all those key players who keep things running smoothly.
So like for your assignment, you're looking at who these agencies are, what they do, and how they impact the whole financial scene.
It's like understanding the rule book, but also seeing the game in action.
Totally. All right, let's start with the MVP. The Central Bank of Nigeria, the CBN, it's kind of like the head honcho, right?
Yeah.
Setting the interest rates, controlling the money supply.
Yeah, you could say that. They're responsible for monetary policy, trying to keep inflation under control, making sure the Naira stays strong.
So if they hike up interest rates, borrowing gets more expensive.
Exactly. And that can slow down spending and investment, which helps to cool down an overheating economy. But of course, it's a trade-off.
Right, because businesses might struggle to get those loans they need to grow.
Precisely. It's all about finding that sweet spot, that balance. And another big thing they do is set reserve requirements for banks.
Reserve requirements.
Yeah, it's the percentage of deposits that banks have to keep on hand, not lend out. Currently, it's around 27.5% in Nigeria.
Wow, that's a hefty chunk.
It is. And that directly impacts how much money banks have available to loan out, which affects businesses, individuals, the whole economy.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the CBN is like the referee on the field who's watching out for the investors in the stands.
That would be the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC.
The SEC. I've heard of them.
They're all about making sure the stock market is a level playing field.
So no funny business going on.
Exactly. They're the ones making sure companies play by the rules and that investors have all the information they need to make smart decisions.
So they're preventing those pump and dump schemes where people manipulate stock prices.
Right. They enforce rules against insider trading, too, where people with confidential information use it to their advantage.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, what about insurance? It always seems so complicated to me.
Don't worry, that's where the National Insurance Commission, NAICOM, comes in. They're the regulators for everything insurance-related in Nigeria.
So they make sure insurance companies are actually able to pay out when someone makes a claim.
Exactly. And they set standards for the policies themselves, making sure they're fair and transparent.
Gotcha. But here's a thought. Nigeria has a huge population spread across rural areas. So how does NAICOM make sure insurance reaches everyone, not just those in big cities?
That's a big challenge they're tackling. They've been pushing for something called microinsurance, which are smaller, more affordable policies designed for specific needs in those communities.
Oh, so like bite-sized insurance tailored to what people actually need?
Exactly. It's still a work in progress, but it's a step towards making insurance accessible to everyone.
Now, with all these agencies, do they ever bump heads? I mean, it seems like there could be some overlap in their responsibilities.
Yeah, you're right. There can be some jurisdictional gray areas. For example, both the CBN and the SEC are involved in regulating fintech companies.
Fintech, that's the intersection of finance and technology, right?
That's it. Think online banking, mobile payments, all that jazz. And sometimes it's not clear which agency should take the lead, which can lead to confusion and even slow down innovation.
It's like two referees calling different fouls on the same play. And then you've got this whole other ball game, cryptocurrency. How are Nigerian regulators dealing with that?
That's the millionaire question. It's a tricky one. The CBN has actually banned banks from working with cryptocurrency exchanges.
Wow, so they're taking a pretty cautious approach.
Yeah, they're definitely proceeding with caution. But they are exploring the potential of a central bank digital currency, a CBDC.
So like a digital Naira.
Exactly. It's a way to potentially harness the benefits of blockchain technology while still keeping things under government control.
That's fascinating. It seems like they're trying to embrace innovation while also protecting the stability of the financial system.
Absolutely. And it highlights a challenge for all these agencies keeping up with the rapid pace of technological change. AI, mobile banking, the landscape is constantly shifting.
So they're playing catch-up while also trying to stay ahead of the game.
You got it. They need to adapt their regulations to keep pace while ensuring consumer protection and financial stability.
So to sum it all up, understanding these regulatory agencies is absolutely crucial for anyone interested in Nigeria's financial system. Whether you're a student in FIN 315, an investor, or just someone who wants to grasp how things work.
Couldn't agree more. And as Nigeria continues to grow, its financial system will become even more complex and dynamic.
More players, more rules, more opportunities, more challenges.
Right. The role of these agencies will only become more critical. And who knows, maybe Nigeria will be a trailblazer, shaping the global financial system of tomorrow.
That's an awesome thought to leave us with. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Nigerian financial system.
Anytime. It's been a pleasure.
And for all our listeners, keep exploring, keep learning, and maybe someday you'll be the ones shaping the future of finance.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.